Okay, so we're back with Game 2 of the Season 3 MC LOL Championship with semi-finals featuring PoroNoodles on the blue side and AuTSM on the red side. So, we did go through Champion Select a little before, but there was an issue with one of the players disconnecting, so it's going to be the same picks and the same bands. So, we're going to be seeing that. So this Champion Select should move quite quickly. So I might not have enough time to explain all of the picks and whatnot to you. So, we'll just see how it goes. So basically it's the same picks, the same bands. So yeah, anyway. Basically, they're all just going to be picking the same shit. So there's another Echo this game on PoroNoodles' side, along with Leona as well, which will be picked in just a second. And then on the red side, we're going to be seeing another Darius come out from last sin. So we got 3 picks from last game, making a comeback appearance in this one. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out. I feel like PoroNoodles are just like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, yeah. So, judging by the team comps, which we'll see unfold in just a second, the Australian TSM side definitely looks like it's got quite a strong pick comp, especially if you just look at those 3 first champions, alongside Darius and Graves. That's right. Their comp actually does have a reasonably strong, early mid game, with the Darius, the Vi, and the Graves. But from the other side, they've actually switched up their comp a little bit. It's not as heavily reliant on engage this time around, so PoroNoodles actually opting for that Lulu in the mid lane, as well as that Ezreal to provide a bit of poke, maybe, kite the Darius a little bit. So that's quite worrying. For Larson going into this game is whether, Koi will actually build an Iceborne Gauntlet on this Ezreal. We all know that Lulu will definitely be slowing with her Glitter Lance, so, Darius may have a bit of trouble. The only issue I actually foresee is the use of Ignite in the mid lane, which is on both sides, which is quite strange. They're both going for a very aggressive Ignite there. I guess to stop maybe the healing is maybe their thoughts behind it. Stop the Darius healing with the Ignite on the Lulu, and then Veigar using it on maybe Echo or someone else who does a lot of healing, like maybe Trundle, just to stop their healing a little bit more. Generally, from both of those champions nowadays, you'd see Teleport or maybe even Barrier, but it appears as though this time that's not going to be happening. Okay, so we're hopping into the game. As we get into the game, the level 1 plays, I might be able to explain a couple of things. I definitely, for this game, actually predict Australian TSM to win this one again. Now, hear me out, you may have thought that last game was like really heavily one-sided. What's going to change it this time? I actually reckon the early game of ATSM is actually a lot stronger, I believe, with the Vi. Should be able to outdo the Echo early game, as well as Lucifer on the Graves, being able to outdo Koi on Ezreal. As well as Darius versus Trundle in the top lane. I think Darius should just win that one. Mostly because Darius is very strong at the moment. So, I expect if AuTSM actually win this game, that there will probably be a Darius ban next game. Because I think if they do win, if Australian TSM do win, it will probably be, heavily decided by the play of Larson. So, level 1 plays. PoroNoodles doing good warding again. They've got a lot of wards set up in that river, whereas ATSM don't have very many. Larson has placed that ward in the blue side jungle that you can see, just to spot out any camp doing, which it doesn't look like there is any this game, so I'm not sure what Boy Ray is doing here, down bot. Perhaps they're doing double jungling, who knows. I think it's a bit strange to do double jungle when you start on the same side as the bot lane, but we'll pay it, I'll let it play out, see if it actually is effective at all. We just need to keep an eye on the gold count, I guess, between Darius and Trundle to see if it actually is having an effect at all. So, you know, they both hit level 2, I believe, just now. No, sorry. Red Dragon Potato actually did hit level 2. So, he actually didn't get that off of the camp. So, it's a bit strange. The Boyo is actually going back now, so he's only level 1, and he's teleporting up top now, it seems. And he's down 5 CS, so I think overall this was actually a lost trade, depending on the size of the wave top. Which, let's see, there's about 8 minions there actually, so if Boyo can manage to get all of them, he should come out ahead in this. Okay, so the level 2 play, looks like they're going to be very close to a first blood here. Is this Lucifer dead? Ooh, that was... Sorry about that, a bit of technical difficulties, but it looks like that was actually first blood secured for PoroNoodles this game, onto the Graves, so, you know. As you can see, that's actually different to last game, where AuTSiM actually managed to get the first kill. Now, it looks like there's a trade going on in the top lane. It appears as though Trundle actually won that, thank you to minion aggro. And that is very deep. Don't know what Morgana is doing out here. Crazy Cat really just sort of crazily out of position. I believe that was from the same that same sort of little skirmish that got Graves killed. So that's actually a 2-kill lead already for the blue side, and that's a 3rd kill. Boyray actually solo kills Larson, so this could actually be quite scary for AuTSiM right out the gate. You know, I think it's actually very surprising this early game. You know, I wouldn't tip AuTSM as a weak early game team, but you know, this might just show that they are. Definitely showing their moves PoroNoodles are here, definitely showing what they've got. This is already a 1k gold lead at only 4 minutes. You know, we could potentially see a similar snowball scenario play out here, you know, similar to last game, is what I mean from that. And you know, there's just some friendly farming going on. If we actually look at the CS, it's pretty even around the board. There's a slight advantage in the mid lane to Veigar, which is actually quite worrying for PoroNoodles. If Veigar's allowed to just farm up and stack ability power, you know, he could be a real challenge in the late game that PoroNoodles might just not be able to deal with, especially because he can nuke either, you know, either Lulu or Echo with his ultimate and do massive damage. So, you know, this is potentially a very worrying point for AuTSM. Sorry, for PoroNoodles. Looks like there's some more trades going on in the top lane. But it looks like Darius is actually winning that one when we... Yep, looks like Darius is actually winning this one, so that's very scary for Trundle there. He got very low for that trade. I expect a back, or maybe even just chugging those 4 health potions that he had. So there's 1 potion down, so he's only got 3 left now. And it looks like Ezreal is actually starting to gain a CS lead. Probably more from pushing the wave in than from anything else. But yeah, that's still a CS lead. In the mid lane, it's a similar story. The CS lead is still there for the PoroNoodles. Sorry, for Australian TSM, it's for the opposite team. And Boyray taking a potentially fatal piece of CS, but no, maybe this is a big turnaround. Who knows, this could go either way. Both top laners really low at the moment, and it looks like they're both just backing out. So the level advantage here in the bot lane is actually in favour of Australian TSM at the moment. Both laners are level 4, and it's just been evened out. So it shows that Leona actually has a little bit less CS than the other ones, and that is a tower dive, an early tower dive, and that is a kill onto Boyray. So that's Australian TSM's first kill of the game, and you know, potentially many more could follow. So it looks like they're actually hitting this tower down quite a bit, getting some damage down onto it. Darius backs off, just to place a ward, just to make sure that Echo doesn't appear out of nowhere. So Lulu, obviously noting that Vi's top lane, decides to push in the Veigar, push it under his tower, which is not necessarily the best thing to do to a Veigar. As you can see, that CS lead is just improving immensely. definitely a better mid lane matchup, I would say, this game for Australian TSM. It appears as though Cheeky Nanas is actually the better mid laner, at least from what we've seen so far. So it looks like PoroNoodles are actually going to be taking the first dragon of this game very early on, or only 7 minutes in, just to keep up that gold lead. So the gold lead actually has reduced quite a bit since we last checked. It's actually only about 500 gold now. So, you know, PoroNoodles don't have that 1k gold lead they had just a few minutes ago. So it seems like the teams are just trading at the moment, and Trundle's getting some massive damage down to Darius, but the heal from Darius Q actually saves him a bit there. And this could be another kill for Boyray here. Oh, but the heal. Oh, that was a very close trade. Darius almost turned that one around, but the heal from Chomp saving Boyray there. So as we go to some more buff taking, some map spasms, I guess, as the AI tries to decide what's actually worth watching. So just some casual bot lane farming, nothing too special. So looks like PoroNoodles are actually getting some good wards down. I think this time around, Australian TSM is definitely playing a stronger ward game than they did in the previous game. If we actually have a look, PoroNoodles have about 3 wards on the map that are actually relevant, because they've got 2 pretty much the same place, but I believe one of them's Scuttle. And then Australian TSM actually has the only pink ward down, with 3 other wards. So Australian TSM definitely looking like they're playing the better ward game at the moment. So that was actually a gank in the mid lane. Nothing really happened. No flashes were blown, no other summoners were blown. So, yeah. Nothing too special there. And the binding lands onto Koi. This could be potentially deadly for Koi here. The flash coming out from both of them. Can he get the kill though? This could be a turn from Koi. This is a dead Graves. And this could potentially be a dead Crazy Cat as well. That was a very ambitious dive from Larsen there. And the True Shot Barrage comes out for the double kill. Morgana using her flash definitely in the wrong direction here. And this could be a dead Scarce. That is definitely not the direction you want to be going in. Looks like that Veigar ult's not actually doing too much damage at the moment. With a 3-level lead over the jungler here. This could be 2 kills for... And it is 2 kills for PoroNoodles. This is looking very, very promising for PoroNoodles here. With Boyray just flat out beating the Darius in the top lane. You know, CS is even, but the kills aren't. The build ward is actually completed for Trundle here, which is a very strong item to get, especially this early. Especially when Darius only has, you know, a Giant's Belt and a Longsword to counter it. So, yeah, as we can see, the gold lead for PoroNoodles has actually increased to about 3.5k, which is quite reasonable, especially for 10 minutes in, you know. Not as strong as last time. And is this another kill onto Larsen? Boyray definitely showing up for his first game of the night. Just getting multiple solo kills onto Darius nonetheless. As we see Red Dragon Potato take his blue. So it looks like Boyray has been able to turn this kill advantage into a 10 CS advantage, which is actually very nice to have. And the mid lane, Veigar, despite being down in kills and I assume gold as well. Yep. With a 300 difference between the mid laners here. You know, is managing to keep the CS lead going. Oh, and the Trundle Pillar actually interrupts the Vi-Q there, so, you know, that puts off any potential ganks or kills that Australian TSM could have been able to net there. So the bot lane has definitely been going Koi's way this game, Koi and Christobro's way, much like it did last game, but I don't think it's as bad. This could be a potential dead Lulu here, with the tower shot as well. Oh, he gets away. Could this be the Vi ult for the kill? Yes, it is. So it looks like that's actually going to be a kill secured for Vi there. And this could potentially be a dead Ezreal, but could the Leona turn it around? Or will they be able to get away? The True Shot Barrage comes in, actually hits the Graves, a lot of damage coming out, and that is a dead Graves. This is a really big turn. Christobro flashing in front of the Q to save. And this could potentially be 3 kills for Koi. But Vi comes in. Koi actually turns it around and gets the kill. Gets all 3 kills. Koi is doing amazingly this series. He is actually playing out of his mind. As Darius comes in for the flank. Could this be 4 kills? I don't think Larsen is that bad. Maybe. Oh, who knows? Oh. And it looks like this won't actually be more kills for Koi. But Echo's coming in, so it... no. Okay, Echo steals this one. Secures, sorry. And he looks like he's going for Veigar now. Veigar's got low mana. What can he do? That's his Q gone. But Red Dragon Potato just backs out. You know, potentially seeing Graves there. Oh, the ult comes in. That's a very ambitious ult. This could lead to Echo dying here. That is the tower, and Echo survives by the sliver of health, but Graves is there to finish him off. But meanwhile in the top lane, Boyray has actually been pushing really hard. This could be 2 towers. The gold lead just increases for PoroNoodles here. This is about a 6k gold lead. You know, last game at 16 minutes, PoroNoodles were actually ahead 10k gold, and at 15 minutes they were ahead 7k. So we could potentially be seeing another very heavily snowbally game going on here. So Dragon's actually up in 10 seconds. We should look to see PoroNoodles maybe take that one again. They've had amazing Dragon control this series so far. And this could be another kill into Lucifer. But no, there's no one else to back it up. But he's taken a lot of tower hits. But he manages to stay there and get away. So Koi has actually completed his Trinity Force on Ezreal. And this is a gank in the mid lane. This could be a dead Lulu. Oh, the stun lands, the Event Horizon, and the ult from Cheeky Nando's finally finishes him off. But Boyray's actually in the mid lane. Could this turn into anything? It appears as though it might not. Oh, here's a trade in the mid lane. The bot lane, sorry. The red buff from Koi definitely doing a lot to help win this trade here. Koi misses the Q, potentially, you know, getting them down very low. The True Shot Barrage is up, so that could be coming in at any time, and Boyray's actually flanking with Vi as well in this fight. So this is actually a three-player bot lane from either side. Boyray's on the flank. This could go either way. But Echo's coming in as well. That's a Q that does a lot of damage with that Trinity Force. That's a dead Vi as well, and no one from PoroNoodles has actually died yet. And Clovis actually drops the tower aggro before he gets killed. This is amazing play from PoroNoodles. This is a 8k gold lead, so this is actually a lot better of a gold lead than the previous game. And it's just growing. You know, this is another dragon for PoroNoodles. You know, this is shaping up to be just a complete stomp of a series from the team that I would consider to be the underdog, to be honest, in this one. You know, coming into this, I thought they were going to be quite evenly matched, but I gave AuTSM the advantage, but PoroNoodles looking very nice, very strong. As they take the blue buff from AuTSM, and they just regroup, I guess. With Koi going back, spending more of his gold, getting the pickaxe. This is very, very scary Ezreal at the moment. The Trinity Force completed, the pickaxe, the cooldown boost, and this is unengaged. This could be a dead... Oh, this is going very badly at the moment for AuTSM. But no, for PoroNoodles, sorry. That's a flash from Morgana, but is it going to get anything done? It appears as though it's not, with Echo flashing, Lulu flashing, so they do manage to get a couple of flashes out of this, but no kills, and they spend many of their own as well. This could actually turn around. Ezreal is here. This is potentially very, very worrying for AuTSM with this Ezreal here. This looks like it's going to be a dead Morgana, but possibly not. The miscalculation by the mid laner and the bot laner of PoroNoodles here. But Darius is going in, but Ezreal's poking him down. That is a dead Graves and a dead Darius. That is a legendary Ezreal played by Koi in the bot lane here. Absolutely destroying. Only a 25 CS lead? No, a 15 CS lead in the bot lane, sorry. But those kills, man. If we just look at the gold difference between them, that is 3,200 gold between them in the bot lane. That is insane. PoroNoodles just showing up all around, to be honest. Darius, a little underwhelming this game. You know, definitely did a lot better in the previous game. And I think a lot of that has to do with the picks, you know. Trundle very good at kiting with his W and his ult. As well as, you know, Echo with his Q. But very strong for this kind of kite the Darius comp, I guess. And that is an ult from Veigar actually killing the Echo there. So the Rabadon's rush on Veigar, I personally don't agree with it. generally on a champ like Veigar, or pretty much any mage really in the mid lane, you want to try and get a mana item like a Morellonomicon, or, you know, perhaps an Athene's, right? But in this game, he's just gone straight for damage. You know, he's up in CS by quite a bit. Like, that's, I believe that's about a 20 CS lead, and that's a flash Q from Vi there. But can he actually get the Trundle? Darius actually flashes over for that one, so that's 2 flashes for this potentially 1 or maybe even no kills. Boyray doing a lot of damage to Larson here. This could be a kill. And it looks like it will be. Boyray actually picking up the kill, turning it around and getting something out of... He got 2 flashes and a kill out of that. And that wasn't even him trying to be aggressive. It seems like Australian TSM is just falling apart. This could be another kill into Morgana as well. And the Q lands. That is 10 kills for this Ezreal. That is insane. That is more than 2... No, sorry. That's like... I don't know. I don't even have words to describe how good Koi is playing right now. He is absolutely destroying the competition here. Definitely deserving that platinum placing he got just a couple of days ago. So at the moment, that's 21 to 6 kills, which is actually really worrying for a TSM, you know. And this is another team fight, but they're diving onto the Koi, and Koi might actually die. Ezreal still not dead yet, but that's 1 kill for Med here, but this looks like it's going to be 2 kills for a TSM. But Boyray's in the behind. Can he get the Veigar? Apparently not. Boyray's flash is not actually up at the moment, so he can't. Morgana going aggressive in the mid lane here. And looks like PoroNoodles are actually diving here, but Red Dragon Potato taking a lot of tower damage. Miscalculated the range, I assume. Could he die here? He does have his ult. Does he actually use his ult to survive there? It looks as though he did actually use his ult to get away from that. And that's a tower taken for PoroNoodles. PoroNoodles going for the turn. I think this is going to be 2 kills for... Yeah, that's 2 kills for Echo there. While Boyray actually, you know, pushes in the bot lane. This could be the True Shot Barrage taking down Veigar. And it is 11 kills for Ezreal. Man, this is 11k gold lead at 19 minutes. Just to put that into perspective, last game at 20 minutes. So this is at 20 minutes, not 19. PoroNoodles were only ahead 10k, you know, compared to this game. It was the context I use only in. And that's another kill for Boyray. This is absolutely insane. I think this Darius pick is really underwhelming from Larson here. He's not an avid Darius player, you know. It's a bit out of the ordinary for him to pick it. He may just be picking it because, you know, he thinks it's strong. And seeing the Sheen come out from Ezreal at this point in the game makes me really believe he's going for that Iceborne Gauntlet. So Darius is not going to be getting anywhere near him. And Ezreal's Koi is just poking them down, doing so much damage. They can't keep up. I think this is going to be a dead Darius. Really stepping out of position there against the Lulu. Can really capitalize on that, especially when he had such low health. And that is the edge of the hitbox hit onto Vi there. That is actually insane. Koi really on point with his True Shot Barrages this game. And that is a kill return from ATSM back onto PoroNoodles. But I don't think it's enough at this point. Like, the gold lead is 12k at this point, which is actually ridiculous. But ATSM? Oh, the Graves ult just shy, but I think this is a dead Morgana. Morgana really not hitting the binds that he needs to. And Graves just not really being that early game threat, you know. Oh, and that is a surprise kill from Veigar out of nowhere. That's a really huge misposition at the hands of Med there. This could potentially be another kill for Koi. Like, look at... That's a lot of poke. Vi should be backing out about now. But Darius just able to eat up a lot of those Qs. The True Shot Barrage comes out, but it's unable to land on Vi, so no kills will be going over this time. So this is a very, very low Vi at the moment. Koi does have his flash up, so he could go for an aggressive engage, but Echo comes from behind. Red Dragon Potato with the flank actually manages to get the kill, but he's very low. He uses his ult to get back, and I think this is another kill. Echo really showing up this game. And it looks like the Veigar pick probably wasn't the best, but he's definitely doing a lot better than Lucifer did last game. And this is just another kill for Koi. He is absolutely wrecking this game. He is at 11.3 thousand gold to Lucifer's 6k. That is almost double. That is actually insane. Clovis, Koi, Ezreal, whatever you want to call him, really just owning this game. And Graves actually does manage to get a kill onto Scarce here, but Clover, you know, Ezreal, Koi, he's just destroying. This is potentially a triple kill here. And it looks like it is a triple kill. You know, Crazy Cat looks like he's just AFK in the base. He's done with this game. Veigar coming out, doing all he can, but that's just not enough. The heal comes out from Koi to actually save him there. So that's just another denied kill for AuTSM. This could potentially be a dead Lulu at the moment, but the event horizon doesn't last long enough, so that's a very confident recall from Med here. And you know, so they're just recalling. And this could be a dead Leona, but AuTSM just unable to get the kills that they need. At the moment, it's a 13k gold lead. Okay, so it appears as though Crazy Cat actually disconnected in this. And Larson, what are you doing? Why would you go under tower with a dead man's Blade of the Ruined King Trundle? That is a lot of damage. But it looks like Boyray actually decides to give the kill over to Echo, maybe to get his power up a little bit more. And this is a bit of a strange build coming out of Echo here with the Tiamat and the Iceborne Gauntlet. It's not one that you see very often, but it seems to be working. And this looks like it's probably going to be a dead Scarce here. He just stands still. He knows he's dead. It seems like AuTSM are really tilting hard this series. You know, they could potentially be losing 2 in a row, which is really scary for them. You know, going into this third game, being stomped twice in a row, you know, you got to be nervous, right? You know, there haven't really been any Barons, I believe, this series so far, and I don't think there will be, because the games are just going to end too quickly. This time last game, there was a surrender coming out from AuTSM, but I doubt it's going to happen this time, because they just really need to win these games. And that is another dead Graves. This bot lane is just doing absolutely horribly this game. There's not really much to say about it. They're just doing just horribly, you know. There's just no other word for it. It's just disappointing, you know. And Darius as well. This Darius pick, very underwhelming. He's currently got 1 kill, 2 assists, and 12 deaths. And it looks like it's about to be 13 deaths as well. The BMCLG icon though. And Boyray, he's going aggressive under the tower. Not the best choice to be making, but he still manages to do nothing. So this could be a potential true shot barrage coming in on the base. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But we'll just have to wait and see. So it looks like he's not actually going to use a true shot barrage this time, but Scarce is trying to do what he can, but he just can't get in close enough. You know, this Ezreal with his completed Iceborne Gauntlet now, as well as his E, you know, there's just not a lot. And that is another surrender from AuTSM. You know, they're really not doing too well this series. Perhaps they can pick it back up in the third game. We'll just have to wait and see.